How you perceive the world. Oh, that's a very dangerous tool indeed. While your eyes can see everything that is, your mind wants to see everything that was, can be, will be. It begins projecting, and soon your mind wanders. You are still cognizant, but you're not conscious. On the inside, you can still hear yourself. Your thoughts are still raging around inside of your skull. You are but a brain in a tank, or more accurately, a car with a check engine light on. Sure, you can get it to start every now and again, but not reliably. Those who are susceptible to recreational compounds, oh, how the mind just drifts from place to place. Unfamiliar sights, soundscapes, and sensory stimuli begin to wash over your mind, and it begins to embrace fear. Your mind knows it isn't going to die, but the body doesn't. The body struggles to reconnect with the mind. There's no sense of grounding. The body has been thrust from its dominion, and someone or something else is in the driver's seat. Or perhaps it's no one, or nothing at all. Your mind is searching for the car, but can't find it. All of this as you continue to fall deeper and deeper into this abyssal state. Your body, still disconnected, begins to react in a panic. Heart rate increases, the desire to move any body part becomes indelible. It's fight or flight, and you can do neither. The next several hours are agonizing. Your cognizant mind, still able to perceive reality, has now gone into a state of hyper-awareness. All of the stimuli you're experiencing is amplified to the point of sensory overload. And this only agitates the body. Unfortunately, all you can do is sit there in that deafening silence. I have no mouth, and I must scream. A more piercing phrase was never spoken. And so, you remain there, waiting for the substance to get flushed out by the body. In this state, time perception becomes dilated. Seconds feel like minutes, minutes feel like hours, hours pass by in seconds, and though you've now finally found the car, you're locked out. Finally, your mind manages to find the key to the door and get in, and as your body starts sputtering to life, that same check engine light appears. You want to try and rev some life back into the body, but the best you can do is just sit slightly better than idle. Synapses begin firing, connections made again, like the spark plugs of the mind beginning to function again. Finally, you can cry out for help. And in that moment, you throw the car into first. You take that first step to reach out for assistance. The body is still panicking, sending pure fear signals back to the mind in the driver's seat. So now, not only are you in there, but you have a crying child to attend to as well. To appease the child, you send back the signal at once. In that moment, just for a brief second, your consciousness awakens, but only for that brief second. Make the most of it. All it takes is one call. Call the person who would help you if you needed. And so you do. But in those seconds that felt like minutes, that felt like hours, that felt like they would have passed by in a second, you realize how late it is and how unamused the person helping you is. But they will aid you. And so the torment begins anew. However, instead of retreating back inside the mind and sedating the senses, something new begins to swell and surge. The hypersensitivity returns, but now your body is beginning to perceive it as an ocean of emotion. It takes but a moment for you to grasp onto a physical anchor, a real-world object that will keep your mind, body, and to some, soul, connected to reality. If you let go of that anchor, who knows where you'll end up? Time passes, and eventually the person you called arrives. With them comes interaction. With interaction comes activity. Simply talking to this person ends up stabilizing pieces and parts of this broken connection between mind and body. Cognizance turns to consciousness. The body animates. While still limited in motion and thought, eventually the mind and body begin to sway themselves back into unconsciousness and begin to dream away the fear, returning to comfort. The living nightmare ends, but not without consequence.